Whenever you choose yourself or prioritize yourself, do you feel guilty? And why does it feel like committing a crime when you choose yourself? So let's discuss the trap of guilt and how to overcome this guilt without feeling selfish in this video. So guilt comes due to various reasons because from childhood we have been trained or taught to become a good person or to be a good person, that I am nice to other people and I say yes to them, because there is a fear that if I don't say yes to them, then I may be rejected or they might dislike me. So, in order to get this label of a good person, I tend to push my boundaries and do something for others. And the moment where my body or my mind is drawing attention to me to take care of myself, and when I communicate that boundary or that limitation to others, the other person feels that I'm not nice to them, or I might feel disappointed, and I'm afraid of this disappointment. So the reason for guilt comes from fear of disappointment from others and fear of not getting this recognition or this label of a good person. There are two types of guilt. One is that when you really make a mistake, when you do something wrong, and that is a guilt that I should have not hurt them, I should have not done this, I should have not lied, something like that. The other guilt is the guilt of not making the other person happy, or setting a boundary, or conveying your limitation. That is also a guilt, because you're feeling slightly guilt that you could have gone or you could have did this for other person, but you just gave importance to your health or your timing or your rest or just your desires. Whenever you prioritize yourself, it feels like you're committing a crime, because you feel that you don't deserve that energy. So you feel sometimes when someone asks, becomes like an obligation that I have to say yes to them, even though I don't want to do it. The guilt comes from fulfilling an expectation of others. But self-care, self-respect, self-love teaches us to take care of ourselves, because I don't want to deplete my energy and offer something to others, because that's not going to serve the purpose, because neither they will be happy, neither I'll be happy. Say example, you're very tired, you're exhausted, but your friend calls for you to go outside to a mall, and you don't want to disappoint your friend, so you go. But you're not enjoying yourself, your energy is low, and your friend sense it, and when you come back, neither they are happy, neither you're happy. But if you're able to convey your boundary, that, well, I'm tired today, I'll come some other time, and then that person, even though may be disappointed, but you are using that time to regenerate you. And when you go next time, you will enjoy that mall trip. We all do this, we do convey our boundaries, but the guilt comes along. So in order to remove the guilt, I have to keep the balance of self-care and caring for others. Sometimes what we do is that if I'm constantly thinking about myself, if I'm always saying no to my friend, then there's a higher chance the friend will be really disappointed, because I'm only prioritizing my needs than my friend's needs. But say the vice versa, if I'm always saying yes to my friend's needs and not satisfying my needs, then I'll be still disappointed, I'll be still unhappy, because I am not taking care of my needs. So this balance of taking care of your needs and other needs will make you free from guilt. Because your own intuition will tell you, well, I'm not doing it always, I'm not creating boundaries to push people off, but I'm creating boundaries to take care of myself. So when a boundary is for to protect yourself and to self-care and to nurture yourself, then that it becomes naturally free from guilt. So ask yourself, am I creating a boundary to take care of my needs, or am I creating a boundary to push the other person? So this will help you to become free from guilt. So another mindset change for a guilt is to really respect the inner needs, to really respect the inner self and to say no when you really cannot, because sometimes you have the capacity, but your intuition says this is not the right thing to do. And in order to please others, when I kill my intuition, that also will not help me to become free from guilt. So another thing that comes up with guilt is selfishness. Someone can accuse you that you are selfish, but it's okay for others to get disappointed with me or upset with me, but I have to check myself, am I really selfish? But if you're only if you're doing something to take care of your inner being, even though it might appear as selfish to the other person, I have to let it go, because it's just their opinion, because they are not ready to accept no. So, because sometimes people are sensitive, they do not want to accept no, they want us to do everything for them, they want us go out of the way to constantly to please them. So I have to be okay not to please them all the time, and it's okay if they're getting upset because it's their emotional reaction, and I can't take responsibility for everyone's emotional reaction. I can do this in the most humble way possible, but I don't have to be rude or blunt on their face where I hurt them more. But to understand the difference between when am I abandoning others and when am I abandoning myself. Because if I don't take care of myself, I'm really abandoning my own inner needs. And that's not going to bring peace or self love for me. When I understand this clearly, then I can be free from guilt and take care of myself with that respect and dignity. And also take care of others when time permits, when I'm available, when I have the energy to take care of them. So, this balance helps a lot to become free from guilt.